A dark past had to be endured by Kyuka, where she survived alone from an attack by a single-horned demon. Elsewhere, Yuki had experienced something that left him frightened. Both of them have now grown up, coincidentally meeting, and they are now going to work together to achieve their respective dreams. Currently, Yuki has his own room as an assistant in the 7th Squad dormitory. He feels happy after cleaning the front part of the dormitory, but he is also a bit worried because the headquarters are located in Demon City. Suddenly, a demon appears and leaps to attack Yuki. Fortunately, Yuki is inside a barrier that prevents demons from entering the dormitory. Nei suddenly arrives and sees Yuki falling. She informs Yuki about the dormitory located behind the demon gate. So many demons appear in that area. Since Demon City is as large as Tokyo, it has to be divided into 8 areas, each guarded by demon defense forces. However, there is no 4th division that could bring bad luck. After hearing this explanation, Yuki thanks Nei. Nei doesn't mind it because she is Yuki Sr. Yuki is worried because one demon is approaching again. Nei lets the demon be, as small demons cannot penetrate the existing barrier. Suddenly, a series of shots hit the demon. It turns out the shots are from Himari, who arrives while scolding Yuki. Yuki is annoyed with Himari's shots, but Himari is confident in her abilities. She asks Yuki to prepare food, but Yuki lazily replies. Himari becomes angry because Yuki is not grateful to live in that place. After that, she leaves with Nei, leaving Yuki alone. Suddenly, Yuki becomes alert because he feels someone staring at him. Several delicious foods have been served on the table, and Shushu praises Yuki for being able to make the food. Hyoka and the others are also happy because they can have nutritious food thanks to Yuki. They ask Yuki to continue his hard work by cleaning everything in the dormitory. Yuki, who has agreed to this, regrets realizing that his intention to become a hero is disrupted by being a servant. He talks to Kyuka about his desire to save others. Kyuka instructs Yuki to be a servant and wait until she needs him. As he intends to refuse, Himari immediately points a sword at Yuki's neck. She is upset because Yuki wants to oppose Kyuka's decision. Kyuka stops Himari as she believes Yuki, who becomes a servant, will be very useful for the 7th Squad. She wants everyone to accept Yuki, but she will also behead Yuki if he does something wrong. Yuki becomes slightly scared hearing Kyuka's words. While cleaning the watchtower, Yuki accidentally saw Himari entering the bath naked. Since she noticed him, he quickly hid. Confused, he heard Shushu's voice in the vicinity. It turned out Shushu, who had shrunk in size, was in front of him. Shushu returned to her original size. She could do that because of her powers. She took a picture of Yuki and the scene behind him, surprising him. Previously, Shushu had been following Yuki out of curiosity. Now, she had a photo of Yuki and his friends naked. Panicking, Yuki tried to explain the misunderstanding, but Shushu didn't listen and instead threatened him, telling him to be her personal slave. Shushu was reading a romance manga, but she wasn't interested in it. Yuki agreed with Shushu's statement, then he thought of a way to delete the previous photo so he could be free from Shushu's threats. Seeing Shushu throw her phone, Yuki intended to take it. Unfortunately, Shushu took her phone back and scolded Yuki. Due to this, Yuki ended up taking Shushu's underwear. Yuki's face turned red and Shushu teased him. It turned out Shushu deliberately threw her phone to prank Yuki. Yuki was worried about having to hold all of Shushu's scattered clothes. Shushu didn't mind, as she didn't see Yuki as someone who would do anything inappropriate. She was also confident that Yuki could tidy up all her scattered clothes. As Yuki was holding the previous underwear, Shushu immediately took another photo of him. Yuki had left Shushu's room. He felt that Kyuka wouldn't be angry if she found out about the photos Shushu took. Yuki heard Kyuka's voice from outside. He saw Himari fighting with Kyuka. Kyuka instructed Himari to train her punches so that she could disrupt the demons. Suddenly, a demon appeared. Kyuka demonstrated her power with rapid punches and kicks against the demon. Then, she destroyed the demon with a powerful kick, frightening Yuki. Kyuka, boasting, received praise from Himari. Terrified, Yuki didn't want Kyuka to find out about the photos taken by Shushu. Suddenly, Nei approached Yuki because she wanted to report something. Since Himari, Kyuka, and Nei were about to leave, she instructed Yuki to guard the place with Shushu, whom she considered a good person. Yuki looked at Shushu and hesitated to trust Nei's words. In her room, Shushu felt pleasure as Yuki massaged her. Though reluctant, Yuki was very enthusiastic about massaging Shushu's shoulders because he could see Shushu's chest. Shushu asked, and Yuki replied that he had often massaged his older sister. Shushu was surprised by Yuki's words because she also had two older sisters. Her father had already passed away, so she had never talked to men while studying at an all-girls school. Therefore, she felt happy with Yuki and wanted to make him her subordinate. She did it for the thrill, like when she exterminated demons. She also felt like the main character in an adventure manga when doing such things. After Yuki finished massaging, Shushu felt relaxed in her shoulders. Then, she invited Yuki to play a duel game. Shushu established a rule that the loser had to remove one piece of clothing. Yuki was about to refuse, but Shushu remained firm in her decision, making him agree. Yuki intended to defeat Shushu, but he ended up losing in 3 rounds. Shushu teased him, so Yuki gave reasons for his defeat. Worried about having to remove his pants, Yuki expressed concern. Shushu didn't care and wanted to see Yuki without clothes. Yuki tried to refuse, fearing he might hurt Shushu in that state. Shushu laughed at Yuki's words, then enlarged and told Yuki not to worry about her. She grabbed both of Yuki's arms and pushed him down. After removing Yuki's pants, Shushu laughed at seeing Yuki's lower part. Yuki couldn't contain his surprise at the situation. Suddenly, the place vibrated strongly. Shortly after they went out, they saw a quite large demon. Shushu intended to defeat the demon alone because Yuki, being a male, couldn't assist her. After seeing the large demon, Shushu transformed into a giant using her ability called Paradigm Shift. Yuki was surprised as Shushu grew significantly. Shushu leaped towards the large demon while Yuki watched from the observation tower. The demon attacked, but Shushu managed to catch its hand. She slammed the demon, creating a considerable explosion. She swung, threw, and ultimately struck the demon. She also kicked the demon very hard, leaving Yuki impressed. Thinking she had won, Yuki slightly shrank his body. Suddenly, another large demon appeared and attacked Shushu from behind. Shushu and Yuki observed that the demon was a combination of smaller demons. Shushu was impressed with these demons, then she avoided one of their attacks. The demon attacked again and successfully tore Shushu's clothes. Panicking, Shushu intended to transform into a giant again. However, she remained unchanged and couldn't move because the demons were holding her legs. She resisted one attack, but couldn't withstand the next one. Seeing this, Yuki became worried. He thought of a way, which was to kiss Kyuka's finger and transform. He went to Kyuka's room to fetch her belongings. He kissed Kyuka's gloves, but he failed to transform. He searched for something else and found Kyuka's clothes. He kissed the clothes, but unfortunately, only his legs transformed briefly. He ran to Kyuka's shoes and felt worried about his dignity. After hearing Shushu scream, he quickly went outside carrying Kyuka's shoes. Seeing Shushu injured, he wanted to help even if it meant licking Kyuka's shoes. Kyuka tried to attack with a stone, but the demon easily blocked it. She regretted transforming her body too large earlier, and she was on the verge of giving up. Suddenly, Yuki ran towards the demon with only half of his body transformed. He instructed Shushu to hold the demon. Then he jumped, hitting and kicking the demon. The attack caused a massive explosion, leaving Shushu impressed as she watched. However, Yuki couldn't sustain that power, so he reverted and fell into Shushu's arms. Yuki and Shushu were surprised by this. Yuki tried to get out, but he struggled. After lowering Yuki, Shushu returned to her original size. She didn't expect Yuki to be so reckless in defeating the demon earlier. She saw Yuki naked and was shocked. Panicking, Yuki tried to hide from Shushu. Instead, Shushu felt tempted after seeing the naked Yuki. Seeing Yuki in pain from Kyuka's massage, Himari mocked him as a weak man. Yuki was worried about the cracked barrier, but Kyoka didn't mind because the barrier would return to normal on its own. Yuki realized Kyuka's words after recalling the incident with the demons attacked by Himari. Then, Kyuka massaged Yuki again as his body became stiff after forcing the transformation. She instructed Shushu not to play around when facing the demons, also telling Shushu to help Yuki with his homework. Suddenly, Shushu sat on a lying Yuki as she started to become interested in him. Shushu showed a photo, surprising Yuki. Then, she left Yuki confused. Yuki felt worried about the photo, while Shushu turned out to be very interested in Yuki. In one place in the Demon City, the barrier protecting the area had been destroyed. 3 women, members of the Demon Defense Force, ran, and one of them stopped to buy time for her friends to report. She was about to attack, but suddenly an attack appeared, capturing her 2 friends. She couldn't avoid the blow from the demon in front of her, so she was thrown quite far. The demon took the woman and was about to eat her. Suddenly, the person who had captured Yuna and Kuru stopped the demon. She came down and took something that was likely a peach. While walking towards the previous demon, she talked about something she felt. She approached and climbed on the demon. She was confident that Yuki was in the Demon City, so she planned to search for Yuki until she found him.